Hi, everyone. Welcome to the next in our multi-part series related to AOP prep. My name is Heather Shea. I am the Assistant Director in the RISE program, and we're excited for you to join us today. And I'll hand it over to my co-host, Dr. Laurie Thorp, Director of RISE.
Hello, I am happy to be here with you today. The purpose of this little video is to put you in the driver's seat at MSU's Academic Orientation Program. It's also referred to as AOP. You're going to learn that MSU has a lot of acronyms. This is just one of many. So we know from prior experience that AOP can be a very overwhelming experience for most of our students, and it can be quite difficult. It packs a lot of information into a very short time. You're going to come here to campus during a 7-week period that AOP begins the sessions usually the second week of July and runs through the second week of June and runs through the third week of July. And so what we want to share with you right now is to give you a few previews of what to expect so it's not quite so overwhelming. You're going to check in at Case Hall. Your parents will go to a separate parent orientation, which is the acronym POP or POP. And so know that you will be separated from your parents, and that's very purposeful. They want you to be meeting with your advisor and to begin to start making decisions about your college experience independent from your parents. You'll check into Case Hall. You'll be staying in Case Hall. That's where you're going to overnight. You will also, when you check in, receive a printout schedule of the orientation. So where you will need to be, it's very structured. You don't have to worry about where you have to go at any given time. It's all printed out for you. You will also receive a draft academic schedule where you'll see some of your courses that you've already been pre-enrolled in. Don't panic if you've changed your mind and you want a major change, or if some of the courses on this draft schedule are not what you had expected. You will have the opportunity when you have your one-on-one session with your advisor to make changes to that and to add courses. The main takeaway from this slide, I think, that's most important is that we want you to know that you will not be able to change your schedule once you leave AOP. It is locked and nobody can change it. You can modify your schedule. Once again, it'll be opened up to you once you move back to campus at the very end of August. And so this is why it's really important that we want you to start thinking about who you are, your skill set, and I'm going to hand that slide off to you, Heather.
Great. So one of the things that we know from students who have participated in AOP in the past is that during and after, you may feel a little bit of information overload. As Laurie said, part of the reason why we are doing this video series and had our day-long AOP prep workshop was to help alleviate some of that stress and hopefully make it so that the information can be consumable in easier bites. One of the things that we know, though, is that if you are able to do some college exploration or know a little bit more about the colleges and majors in advance of AOP, the better. So we are also going to be recording, or will be recording, a second video in which we'll review all of the colleges and kind of some of the ways that RISE students in the past have connected with those colleges, possible careers, and the type of work and courses that you'll be engaging in within those colleges. If you know a college that you are most likely to be well suited for, majors can also be explored within that college, but going through AOP with a college in mind is probably a better idea for many folks. If you truly don't know, going in without a major preference is also an option. But we want you to think about those things in advance. And one of the ways that we encourage you to explore colleges is through doing some self-assessment. What are your skills? What are the things that when you were taking classes in high school, you found yourself really good at? And some of those skills will be assessed via an entrance exam, the math placement exam, for example. Will assess how well you do in math classes, and that might be an early indicator that certain majors would be better for you, and others would not be as good for you. For example, if you pass into a lower level of math, you may not be well suited for a career in engineering, for example. This brings me to my second point about strengths. We'll spend time in NSC 192 reviewing the strengths that you all innately have and the talents that you have just because of who you are and what skills you automatically bring in. But important for you to know now, what are the things that you are particularly strong at? And in high school, what were the classes or programs of study where you felt like you were the most effective in your strengths? Finally, I think the last thing is, and this has to do with choosing a major that's going to feed your soul and be part of who you are. What are you passionate about? In what ways do you want to affect the world? In what ways do you feel like you can make the most positive impact? And what are your passions? And so when you think about, and when we spend time at AOP exploring majors, we want you to really consider, what are you good at? What do you love to do? What does the world need you to do? And where can you put that to best use in some type of career down the road? I think those are the main things I'd say about AOP. Laurie, anything else you'd like to add?
No, we're here to help you make that a calm, a thoughtful, a purposeful experience. And the more that we can front load you with information in, like Heather said, kind of small chewable chunks rather than you getting it all the day that you arrive, the better off you'll be. So we encourage you to watch the other videos, especially the video if you're unsure about your major or your college, which most undergraduates are. Watch those videos and then feel free to reach out to us with questions about those colleges.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.